Today in residential real estate in Tamil Nadu, people are all preferring to invest and buy in the suburbs. Why is that? There are various reasons. The main factor being the price. The affordability of buying in suburb is the main inducement of buying in suburb. Number two, the suburbs are all like really bursting and growing. When migration happens to a city, when growth happens to a city, what happens? Technically, the city expands. Let us talk specifically about suburbs in Chennai, in Coimbatore and Madurai. If you take Chennai, which are the suburbs which is growing? OMR, number one, GST, ECR, your Kundratur, Sriperumbudur, all these are the growing suburbs of Chennai today. Why are people preferring to invest in suburbs? Now practically looking at these zones, as I said, it is about affordability and pricing. Number two, all these pockets are heavily like employment oriented segments. If you look at IT, then it is OMR. If you look at GST, then it becomes a connecting road to all the sectors. Then if you look at ECR, then it is connecting to your Adyar and to the main pockets. If you look at Kundratur and Sriperumbudur, it is heavily industrial zone. So there are different propellers for this. And all these suburbs are growing in connectivity, in infrastructure. Central government and state government is investing very heavily in infrastructure here in terms of metro rail. Metro rail is coming in all the segments I'm talking about. And then you look at bridge connectivity, NH roads, and distance is no more a distance. And when a lot of migration happens, what grows, which area grows, naturally the suburb will start growing because the city will start bursting. That is what happened to Madurai. In Madurai, what happened? The main city was the center part and now it slowly started moving towards Mattathavani side. That is the growing suburb of Madurai. In Coimbatore, you look at the growing suburbs, it is LNT bypass, it is Singanallur, all those pockets are growing heavily and they are the growing suburbs. So cost and affordability, availability of land, number two, and number three is the connectivity and infrastructure and even social infrastructure development. When you look at all these pockets here, in all the pockets I'm talking about the growing suburbs, you have international schools and you have colleges, you have hospitals, you have restaurants, you have malls. You know, for a lifestyle living, everything is self-sufficient in a suburb today. So people are preferring to come out of congestion, people are preferring to live in pockets like this, and also they are able to afford a bigger real estate here rather than a place where it is already saturated. I mean, another main factor in suburb, if you look at it deeply, is you will gain the appreciation fully. Because these are all growth zones. In growth zones, what happens is when I go and put my money there in an area which is growing, automatically it is no rocket science, but my money over 10-20 years is going to really grow several times more. So rather than me putting in T Nagar in Chennai where it is already saturated, I would rather go put my money in OMR or ECR or GST in Chennai where it has growth story so much happening there and my money will work several times more for me when I go rightly invest in a growing suburb rather than a saturated area. So that is exactly why suburbs and metros are growing today.